morning, students. So, we are about to start sequence and ranking. So, this is going to be a topic from test of reasoning actually. As I told you already, test of reasoning does not require any calculation part. What is required is just you applying your common sense, nothing more than that. Students, in this question, in this topic, we are actually dealing with the topic like sequence. We are actually dealing with the topic like sequence. So, tell me what is the meaning of a sequence? How do we define a sequence? How do we define a sequence? For example, if I tell you that sequence in the sense, so the basic difference between sequence and series is sequence you will be given some numbers in an order, but we never know what the next number is going to be. If we come to know what is next number is going to be, probably we need to call it as a series. So, in sequence the important point is we never know what number is going to be the next, but in sequence you will be given some numbers or characters in an order. Students, and if I have to tell you, there are two important words we use in this topic. Is one is preceding, the one is preceding, and the second one is succeeding. So, these are the two important words we usually come across in this topic. One is preceding and another one is succeeding. What is the meaning of a preceding? How we define the word preceding? Yeah, students. So, how do we define the very word of preceding? Preceding in the sense, how do we define preceding? Preceding is nothing but the letter that comes previous. For example, my dear students, if there is a 2, 1 is preceding. So, preceding in the sense, the number that comes before that particular number is said to be preceding. In newspaper, you usually come across one one important word, unprecedented, unprecedented. For example, the situation, the corona was unprecedented, which means that we have never seen before. So, preceding is defined as the one which comes before particular character, and succeeding is the one which comes after that particular character. Therefore, I can say that 1 is preceded by 2 and 3 is followed by 2. I think you understand what is the meaning of preceding and following. So, what I told you is the preceding is nothing but the letter which comes before the character, succeeding is the one that comes after the character. In this topic, in this particular sequence and ranking, we will be discussing the questions, we will be discussing different kinds of questions, and we will be answering just basing on our common sense, which means we doesn't require any kind of calculation and any kind of mathematics. What we require is simple common sense, nothing more than that. Come on, students. So, before we start this topic, let me tell you some important points in this case. For example, if I give you natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, something like, if I give you some natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you have to tell me that what is preceding, which number is preceding 3? Obviously, we define that 2 is preceding 3 and 4 is following, succeeding. Therefore, tell me 2 is preceded by 3. For example, if I tell you that 2 is preceded by 3 as well as 4 is succeeded by 3. I think you understand what I mean. Therefore, if I have to be very clear to you, preceding is a character that comes before the letter and succeeding is the one that comes after the letter. Based on this simple wording, I think we can go ahead. I hope you understand, my dear students. Board convertలేదు complaints. Clarity. Yeah, students. ఇప్పుడు చూడాలి clarity. Right. Now students, so as I told you that preceding and succeeding are two important characters. Preceding is nothing but that comes before and succeeding is nothing but that comes after. Therefore, now with this you come to know what is preceding and what is succeeding. Okay, na? Right, okay. Now yes, students, now please concentrate. Now please, now students, now please look at question number 1. How many 5s are there in the following sequence which are immediately followed by 3 but immediately preceded by 7? So now let us see what kind of message update cheyama. Message ఒకసారి update. అంతేనా? అదే లాస్ట్. Right students, now please come to the question. Here is the point. How many 5s are there? Actually we are looking for 5s. How many 5s are there in the following sequence which are immediately followed by 3? That 5 should be followed by 3 but immediately preceded by 7. That should be preceded by 7. So students, now what kind of a sequence we are looking for? We are looking for a sequence called 7, 5, 3. You are looking for 5 which is followed by 3 as well as preceded by 7. Tell me in this particular question how many such incidents you can see? Yes student, just I am just noting down. You see that 753 is one sequence and 753 is one such sequence. Before 5 there should be 7 and after 5 there should be 3. 753, 753, yes exactly. Therefore you see that there is only one such sequence, there is only one such incident in the given sequence. So this is nothing but a simple way of handling the question. Students, you can ask me, sir, if the question is so simple, what is the point of giving this topic in competitive examinations? The question is so easy, no? I think you understand what is my point. If the question is so easy, if there is no confusion in answering the question, then what is the point of giving this particular topic in competitive examinations? Competitive examinations are meant for selecting the best candidate. Before I answer this question, I want to put you one question to you. When you are going for any employment, what are the things that play important role? There are two important roles. One is how fast you are reacting, how fast you are working, how quickly you are discharging your duties, and how good you are using your common sense. I think you understand that. One is quickness, second one is common sense. So reasoning requires only your common sense. Actually in this particular topic there is nothing like we can have any kind of confusion, but only thing is we need to focus and we need to understand what question actually is asked and how to react. So it does not require a lot of what I can tell you, a lot of subject and anything. It is very simple. Students, I think there is no confusion. We can go ahead. Now look at question number 2. How many even numbers are there in the following sequence of numbers which are immediately followed by an odd number as well as immediately preceded by an even number? Come on student, now just look at that. What question you are asked to find? What question you are asked to find? How many even numbers are in the following sequence? How many even numbers are in the following sequence? You are looking for an even number in the following sequence of numbers which are immediately followed by an odd number. That even number should be followed by an odd number, that is one point, as well as immediately preceded by an even number, I hope you understand what I am telling you. So we are looking for such a case where even and odd. Tell me students, how many you can find something like that? 8, 6, 7, even, odd. Come on student, just like that, even, odd. 6, 8 and 9, even, odd. Did you understand that? Tell me any such number is there further? Even, odd. 2, 2, 3, even, odd. Come on student. Even, odd. 2, 8, 1. I think you understand that. Therefore, how many such incidents are there? there should be two even numbers and then it should be followed by an odd number. Any even number, any odd number, there is no such compulsion, value is not mentioned. The only thing is two even numbers and then an odd number. You understand that? So, 8, 6, 7, 6, 8, 9, come on student, anything? Anything you want to point out? 2, 2, 3, even, odd, and 2, 8, 1. I think you understand that. Therefore, how many such cases you could see? You could see 4 such cases. I hope you understand this. Students, did you understand what is my point? I hope you understand this, and that you come to know that there is nothing we can really have any kind of confusion in handling this question. Yes, students, any questions from your side? No, no, no. Yeah. Yes, good morning students. So, yes, what is your point is right. So, when the topic is so simple, so better we answer this question with a little bit of change. If there is any little change in the question, then how do we react and what is going to be our answer? Are you prepared, my dear students? Now, please concentrate. Here is your question. Come on, yes. Now, students, I just want to make a little change in the question and I want to see how good you are able to answer this question. Ready? In place of even number, if I give you odd number, what is going to be your answer? In place of even number, if I give you odd number, what is going to be your answer? Come on, yes. Come on, student. Let me see how you are responding. Let me check how you are responding. Give me your answer, my dear students. Yes, students, give me your answer. Yes, students, I am just waiting for your answer. I could not get any answer so far. Yeah, I am waiting for your option. I am waiting. Yeah. No, you said no. Somebody says no. Somebody says 6. Okay. So, there are different answers from your side. Let me check it out why you really get kind of confusion. Let us see what actually happening. How many odd numbers are there? We are looking for odd numbers. There in the following sequence of number which are immediately followed by an odd number, it should be followed by an odd number as well as immediately preceded by an even number, which means you are looking for such a case when an even number is followed by odd and odd, even, odd. Come on student, check it out, even, odd. I am just noting down, just look at that. Even, after even there must be two odds, 8, 9, 3, even, odd. I think you understand, my dear students. Then again, even, odd, 2, 7, 5. Come on student, I am just for your convenience I am noting down all those, you can easily understand that. Even, odd. Could you understand, my dear students? 2, 3, 5. After even there should be two odds. Come on. Even, odd. Come on student, even, odd. 8, 1, 1. I hope you understand this. After even number there must be two odd numbers. So, when the topic is so simple, if any of you give me the different answer, if any of you are getting any kind of confusion, it is an indication that we need to be even more careful. You understand students? We need to be even more careful. Come on student, let me see how you are responding and what about your answers. Yeah. Somebody said 5 options, students. Somebody said 5 options, somebody said 3. Oh. Which mean to say that you are having a little confusion in this topic right now. I feel that I need to make it right. So, the topic is so simple, my dear students. Even, after even there must be two odd numbers, nothing more than. Okay. No problem student. Again I just want to make some more changes in the question. Let us see how you are responding. It is very interesting, please come. Come on student. How many even numbers are there in the following sequence of numbers which are immediately followed by an even number? But you are waiting. Come on student, now please respond. Let me see how you are good at this question. Come on, respond. Let me see your answers. Yes, students, please respond. Let me see how you are responding. Yeah, you are expecting me to explain this question once again. Yeah, no problem, students, and we will be discussing the same question with a different example. Yeah. Yes, students, okay, fine, that's very good. So, almost all of you are responding very well, but let me check what is the problem in this question. How many even numbers? How many even numbers? Now, we need to have even numbers. Okay, fine. Tell me what is the next condition? In the sequence of the number which are immediately followed by an even number, it should be followed by an even number as well as preceded by an even number. Therefore, which mean to say that we are actually getting a situation where there are even as well as even, three even numbers in a succession. So, that is actually we are looking for even. Tell me students, any such situation arises? Yeah. 4, 2, 2, even. Come on student, anything else? Even. 2, 2, 8. Anything else? 8, 6, 7 is not acceptable, 6, 8, 9 is not acceptable. There is no other situation is available, hence your answer must be there are 2 such incidences. It just depends on your common sense, nothing more than that. And I believe that many of you responded positively. Yes, students, very good. Yeah. I congratulate you. Please, okay students, very well done. Now, please stop sending messages, my dear students, right at the moment. I got the point that you are okay with this topic. I think I can go ahead. Here is the question number 3. In question number 3, just look at that. In question number 3, how many 3's are there in the following sequence? How many 3's are there in the following sequence which are neither immediately preceded by 6, neither immediately preceded by 6, there should not be 6 before 3, nor immediately followed by 9, Students, now this is a very important point. You please look at that. We are looking for 3's. Before 3 there should not be, which is neither immediately preceded by 6 nor immediately followed by 9. So, before 3 there should not be 6, after 3 there should not be 9. First of all, you do one thing, my dear students, please underline where there is 3. Please underline where there is 3. How many 3's actually we are having in the sequence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, we have to see these two conditions should be followed. Come on student. So, what we are looking for? Before 3 there should not be 6, before 3 there is no 6, after 3 there should not be 9. Yes, therefore, this condition we can retain. First 3 is acceptable. How you know, my dear students? Very simple. Before 3 6 is not there, after 3 9 is not there, therefore, yes, that 3 we can keep, and obviously this 3 is not acceptable. Come on student, this situation is also okay for us. I hope you understand this, because before 3 there should not be 6 and after 3 there should not be 9, therefore acceptable, and hence this is ruled out, this is also ruled out. Tell me students, how many such situations we can retain? We can retain 2 such situations, therefore only 2. I hope you understand. You understand, my dear students? We are looking for 3's which is not preceded by 6 should not be followed by 9. It can have any number, but not 6. It can have any number after 3, but not 9. You understand this? This situation is ruled out because it was preceded by 6 followed by 9, preceded by 6 followed by 9. Therefore, your answer must be only 2. Therefore, your answer is second option. I hope you understand, my dear students, because it is so simple. I do not want to repeat this kind of questions and I do not want to waste your time as well. I think we can go ahead. We can go ahead. Come on, students. If I want to make a little change in this question, let me say how you respond. I just want to make a little change in the question and just want to see how you respond. Come on, student. How many 3's are there in the following sequence which are neither immediately preceded by 6? Let me suppose that this condition is not given to you, then what is going to be your answer? What, students, what are you looking for? Come on, yes, respond man. Tell me, what is going to be your answer? If only one condition is given, then what is going to be your answer? We complete the questions quickly, my dear students, because the questions are so easy. Yeah. Well done, very well done. So, if we can look at this particular question, we are looking for 3's, okay, we are looking for 3's, that is for sure, which are neither immediately preceded by 6. The only condition is before 3, we should not have 6. Before 3, we should not have 6. Come on, student, before 3, we should not have 6. Before 3, we do not have 6. Before 3, 6 is there, we can cancel. Before 3, there should not be 6. Before 3 should not be 6. And hence your answer once again, second option. Which mean to say that it should only satisfy one condition, that is before 3, there should not be 6. There is no second condition. Therefore, your answer is obviously there are only 2 such situations. I hope you understand, my dear students. I think we can go ahead. We can go ahead with more confidence as well. Come on, student. Now, let me go to the next question. Question number 4. Here is the question number 4. Here, students, just look at that question number 4. Now, just I gave you one question and let me explain this question to you, and you better answer my next question. Here is the question. How many 8's are there in the following sequence? How many 8's are there in the following sequence? Yes, students, which are exactly divisible by its immediately preceding, numbers. Come on, student. We are looking for 8's. And 8 should be preceded by such a number which are exactly divisible by 8. Tell me, students, how many number we can divide by 8? Obviously, 8 is divisible by 1, 8 is divisible, 8 is divisible by 4, 8 is divisible by 8. Those are the factors of 8. I think you understand. Also divisible by immediately succeeding numbers. The number after this should be 1, 2, 4 as well as 8. Read the question seriously, my dear students. How many 8's are there in the following number series which are exactly divisible by its immediately preceding, also immediately divisible by succeeding numbers? Look at the question, my dear students. Let me cancel one by one. I just want to cancel this 8. If you are asking me to explain why did you cancel, the reason is 8 is not preceded by any number. If it is not preceded by any number, obviously we cannot justify. Come on, student. I just want to note down some of the cases. 2, 4, 8 is acceptable because this particular 8 having a number which is divisible by 8, and this particular 8 is having 4 which also divides 8. I think you understand this. Come on student. I just want to note down one more point. Here is another case. 482 is also acceptable. 482 is also acceptable. Come on student. 282 is also acceptable. This particular 8 I want to cancel. You know that very well. This particular 8 I want to cancel. Understand that? 284 is very much acceptable. You can cancel this particular 8. Come on student, what is the case? What is the question? The question is so simple. Before 8 and after 8 there must be the numbers which exactly divides 8. Which mean to say that the case can be 284. You take the second case, 482 is also taken granted. You understand? Here is the case, 282 is also taken. We have taken that. 284, this case we have also taken. We are actually selecting all the 8s which is divisible by preceding as well as divisible by succeeding numbers. I think you understand what is my point. Let me check why we cancel 8 in this particular sequence. The reason for cancelling this 8 is it is not preceded by any number. If it is not preceded by any number, how would we know whether it is divisible or not? Therefore, cancel. This 8 is not divisible by 9. You understand this? This 8, you see 3, it should not be 3, it can be 1, 2, 4, 8, anything. That is the reason why. Hence, we have taken how many cases, my dear students? We have taken 4 cases. I hope you understand this. Come on student, I hope you understand what is my point. Okay, come on, yes. So, probably maybe if I give you one more question and ask you to do, and I will be more confident. Your response help me to understand whether you are able to follow the topic or not, my dear students. Your response actually help me to understand whether you are following the class or not. That is very important in aptitude, or else there is no point actually in discussing this topic. Come on student, let me give you a little change in the question and I have to see how you are responding. Come on student, now this is your turn. In place of 8, if I give you 9, please answer the same question. The only change is in place of 8, if I give you 9, what is going to be your answer? Quick. Come on student, respond. Yeah. I am getting some answers. I am getting some answers from your side. But I just want to see whether. Okay. Congratulations, students. You are responding very well. Your response is very encouraging. But I want to see that whether your answer is right or wrong. Tell me, students, how many nines are there in the following number series, which are exactly divisible by its immediately preceding, which means a 9 should be immediately preceded by 1, 3 or 9. In how many factors are there for 9? Only 3 factors, 1, 3, 9. 1 divides 9, 3 divides 9 as well as 9 divides 9. And it should be followed by 1, 3 or 9. I think you understand this. So, 9 should be divisible by its succeeding number, 9 should be divisible by its preceding number, preceding as well as succeeding. Tell me students. Oh, this is very interesting. Unfortunately, we do not have 9 in this particular number, hence your answer must be 5. There is no such case. Students, I think yes, You responded. How did you respond to me? Tell me. Oh yeah. It should be none of these. 0. There we won't get any such case. Well done, students. Okay, very fine, very fine. Let me give you one more example and want to see how you are responding for this question. Come on, student. In the place of 8, if I give you 4, what is going to be your answer? Quick! In place of 8, if I give you 4, then how you are responding? Come on, student, waiting for your answer, waiting for your answer. Yeah. Very good. Yeah. Your response is very important for me. I want to see your response. Basing on that only I can understand whether I can go ahead or I have to teach this question again and again. That is important for me. Okay, student, just look at that. Here is the question. How many 4s are there? How many 4s are there in the following sequence? Which are exactly divisible by succeeding preceding? Students, what numbers should be there before 4? It can be either 1, 2 or 4. As well as it should have a number which exactly divides 4. So, before 4 you can have any of these 3, after 4 you can have any of these 3. I just want to cancel 4, this 4 is cancelled, you can understand that. This 4 is cancelled, you can understand that. This 4 we can retain 2 for 2. This 4 we can cancel, this 4 we can cancel. Come on, student, you understand what I did? This 4 we can cancel. Come on, student, let me explain you why I cancel this particular 4. Because before 4, yes, we have to, but after 4 we don't have any number. 4 should not have 8, in fact, it can have either 1, 2 or 4 only. I think you understand what is my point, and hence your answer is there is only one such a situation. The situation is clearly seen, it is 242. Student, what actually happens in test of reasoning is, one case. Somebody put 2, no, it is only one case. Students, could you see that? Even though the topic is so simple, but still you the people are making mistake. That is the point in reasoning. Reasoning questions are actually so easy, but you the people in hurry tend to make some mistakes. We should not do that. Reasoning is a scoring area. We should not do that. Okay, student, now we go ahead. Here is the next question. Question number 5. Question number 5. Look at that. What is the question you are asked to find? Count each 7, which is immediately preceded by 5, but immediately followed by either 2 or 3. Which means to say that after 7 there can be 2, after 7 there can be 3. Therefore, you are looking for a case 572 or 573. Before 7, 5 should be there, but after 7 it can be either 2 or 4. You can easily understand that. 572, 573. Come on, student. 572, 573, 572. Yeah. Therefore, how many cases do we have? We have 3 cases. Therefore, your answer is second option. 7 before 5 is compulsory, but after 7 it can be either 2 or 3. Therefore, my point is it can be 572 or it can be 573. You see how simple and how easily we can answer this question. Students, I think you are also responding well. As such, there is no confusion. So, let me not waste my time and go ahead without any confusion. Look at question number 6. Students, now should I give this question for you? Will you answer this question? Should I wait? What you are waiting? Come on, start. Let me check how you are answering this question. Come on student, don't waste your time, make it fast. I want to see how you are responding. Class must be very interactive, my dear students, because it is a test of reasoning. I must see how you are responding. Somebody says, okay. Different answers I am getting. Even though topic is so simple, but still I am getting different answers means it is something that we need to make it once again. Just look at that. In the following series of numbers, find out how many times 1, 3, 7 have appeared together. 7 being in the middle, just look at that, 7 being in the middle and 1 and 3 on either side, 1 and 3 on either side. 7 being in the middle, 1 and 3 on either side. 7 should be in the middle, but 1 and 3 can be on either side, it can be 1, 3 or 3, 1, you understand that. Come on student, let me check 173, 371. 173, here is 173. Come on student. Before 7, 173, just check it out. You have to see how many 7s. Before 7 there should be 1. Before 7 there should be 1, after 7 there must be 3. I hope you understand this. Check it out my dear students, what cases we have actually noted on here. Just look at that, how many cases we have taken. Case number 1, 173 we have taken over here, and then 173, yes, we have taken, and again 173 we have taken. Let us check, did we miss any 371 case? Did we miss any 371 case? 371, no, we did not miss. Therefore, how many cases we get? We get 3 cases. I hope you understand this. Come on student, let me see how you are responding. Yeah, 3 cases. Well done. But somebody says 4 cases also. Many of you said 3 cases, I appreciate that, but some of you are saying 4 cases also. No? The purpose of examiner is fully served if you are making any mistake. In the process of doing it quickly, we should not make any mistake, that is all important in reasoning, okay. Just note down. Here is the next question. Question number, come on student. Question number 7. Yeah. Question number 7. Here is the question. Come on student, now be careful with this question. All the questions are depending on simple logic, just look at that. These questions are based on the following alphabetical series. Here is the A, S, S. How many C's are there? How many C's are there in the above arrangement? Immediately followed by, which is immediately followed by a vowel. Which means after C there should be a vowel. After C there should be a vowel. That's all. Which means to say that before C we can have anything. The only condition here it is given is it should be followed by a vowel. Just check it out. So first of all, you please underline how many C's are there. Wherever there are C, you please underline. You please underline how many C's are there. Underline every C. Yeah, you underline every C. Yeah, that was done. But only thing is we are not completely done. So we need to follow one more condition. After C there must be a vowel. After C there must be a vowel. You can cancel this particular C. I think you understand, my dear students. You can understand, my dear students. I hope you understand. Tell me how many cases I left with? How many cases I left with? Case number 1, look at this particular case. Let me check how many cases I left with. This CA I just left. After that also we have CA. Come on student, the case which I left here is CU. The case which I left is CA, which I mean to say that after C there must be some vowel. You can take any vowel. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U, you can take any vowel. I hope you understand this, isn't it? Very simple, no? Now come on student. Next question is, this is something that you need to answer. Question number 8. The students, question number 8, we discuss this topic after some time, because I need to give you some more point in this question. Yeah, just question number. Yes student, question number 9, question number 10. Now you please respond to this question. Yes, question is meant for you. Come on, go ahead. Yes students, I am waiting for your reply. I am waiting for your reply. Yeah. Okay. Well done. You are responding quickly. But I am getting more than one answer. If I am getting more than one answer, it means that there is some confusion, or else you are getting any kind of confusion. Let us see. How many B's are there in the sequence? How many B's are there in the sequence of arrangement, which is immediately preceded by a vowel, but not immediately followed by a consonant, What I mean by doing this? B should be preceded by a vowel. You understand this? This B should be preceded by a vowel, but not immediately followed by a consonant. If it is not followed by a consonant, it should be followed by a vowel. Every English alphabet should be either vowel or consonant. If not consonant, it should be vowel. What do you think? Isn't it? Come on student, please underline all B's. Please underline B's wherever you have. Yeah, you underline all the B's. You have to satisfy this condition. Let me check the options from your side. Come on student, come on, give me some answer. Someone. I am waiting for your answer. Yeah. That's very good. None. Very good. Excellent. Therefore, if you can look at that, before B there should be vowel, after B there should be vowel. No, before B vowel is there, but after B there is no vowel, and hence your answer must be 0, that is none. There is no such case arises, hence it should be none. Students, maybe you are confusing with this A, B, A, C. Before B there is a vowel, but after B there is no vowel. Before B there is vowel, but after B there is no vowel. Hence I did cancel. I hope you understand this. So obviously I could see that for this particular question, oh, again people are saying 2. No man, where are 2? Only. There is no such situation now. If any one of you are putting 2, probably you must be considering this option. But you know that this option cannot be taken. Before vowel, after also vowel, not consonant means vowel only, there is no second option. Student, I think we can go ahead. I think there is no point to waste our time. Now, from question number 11. So, as far as sequence is concerned, we are done with the sequence. Now, we are moving on to the next questions. These questions we will be answering only by using our common sense. Nothing more than that. Just look at that. 38 vehicles are parked in a parking lot in a single row. After the first car, there is one scooter. After the second car, there are two scooters. After the third car, there are three scooters and so on. Very interesting, very interesting. Students, tell me, work out the number of scooters in the second half of the row. Work out the number of scooters in the second half of the row. You see that 38 vehicles must be parked in a lot in a single row. 38 vehicles. We need to consider 38 vehicles. Here is the point. We have to work out the 38 vehicles and the second half. What is the meaning of a second half? What is the meaning of a second half? In the last 19, when 38 vehicles are parked in a parking lot, first 19 counted as the first half, second 19, second half. You understand that? Very simple. Check, my dear students. After the first car, there is one scooter. After the second car, there are two scooters. After the third car, there are three scooters. This is second car, two scooters. I think you understand. After the fourth car, there are four scooters. Fifth car, five scooters. Sixth car, six scooters. Seventh car, seven scooters. Check out, we have to get 38. Check out 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 27. You understand how I am counting, my dear students? I have to get 38 vehicles, I have to get 38 vehicles, This is one vehicle. This is also one vehicle. This is one vehicle. But there are two vehicles. Two vehicles. Start counting. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 27, 28, 28, 28 plus 7, 35, 35, 36, 38. Therefore, 2. What, man? Probably you are confusing, sir, why you are taking like this. Okay, okay. Students, if I am not supposed to take like this, then how should I take? See, after first car, there is one scooter. C1 means first car. After second car, there must be two scooters. SS means two scooters. After third car, C3 means third car, there must be three scooters. After fourth car, there must be four scooters. If I have to take something like this, it is difficult for me to arrange 38 vehicles straight away. It is a time wasting process. So, instead of doing that, what I am trying to do is, instead of doing that, what I am trying to do, just look at that, just look at that, just look at that. How many vehicles we have to arrange, my dear students? How many vehicles? 38. 38 vehicles should be divided into two parts, 19 plus 19. See, first car, one scooter, second car, two scooters. Did you understand that? Count, my dear students, just count. First car, one scooter, second car, two scooters. After first car, there is one scooter, second car, two scooters, third car, three scooters. Did you understand that? Fourth car, four scooters, fifth car, five scooters, sixth car, six scooters, seventh car, seven scooter, eighth car. Check whether we get 38 or not, 38 or not. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 27, 28, 35, 36, 38. You can ask me, we have to take 8 scooters. No, if we take 8 scooters, we will be crossing 38. Therefore, I have to consider that. After this, what we have to divide? We have to divide into 19 parts. My dear students, 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles, 10, 11. Come on, student. This is 2 now. 2, 3, 10, 11, 17, 18. Why 5, man? So, those 5 vehicles should be separated into 2 parts. Those 5 vehicles must be separated into 2 parts. What is the meaning of 2 parts? So, 1 vehicle there, 4 vehicles here. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15. Which means out of 5, 4 should come in first row, 1 should come in second row. 19, 19. 38 vehicles must be separated into 2 parts. 38 vehicles must be separated into 2 parts. First 19, second 19. We did it. Now let us see what is the question. Work out the number of scooters, in the second half of the row. Out of the 19, how many cars we have? 1, 2, 3. Except 3, the remaining 16 are scooters only. Did we make any mistake? After first car, there is 1 scooter, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, but we cannot get 8 because we will be crossing 38. We have to consider that as well. My dear students, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 27, 28, 35, 36, 38. Probably, I believe that maybe one more question will help you to understand this question much effectively. Come on, student, I just want to make some change. I want to make some change in the question. In place of 38 vehicles, my dear students, in place of 38 vehicles, if I give you 27 vehicles, 28 vehicles, then how do you do? Come on, respond. In place of 38 vehicles, I am giving you only 28 vehicles. If this is the number, then what is going to be your answer? Start. Come on, start, my dear students. If I give you 28 vehicles, then what is going to be your answer? If I give you 28 vehicles, 28 means 14 and 14, 2 halves means 14 and 14. No 28 vehicles. Come on, student, what is the condition? After the first car, there is 1 scooter, second car, 2 scooters, third car, 3 scooters, fourth car, 4 scooters. What do you think? Fifth car, 5 scooters, sixth car, 6 scooters. Count. We have to get 28. 1, 2, 3, this is 1 vehicle. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 26, 27, 28. I think you understand this. Just confusing. Examiner expect us to get confused, but we should come out of that. First car, one scooter, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 14, 15, 20, 21, 26, 27, 28. We have to divide them into 14 plus 14, 2 14s. Divide 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 8, 9. This is 1 vehicle, man. This is another vehicle 1, 2, 8, 9, 14, 15. Did we cross anything? This is 1, no? 1, 2, 8, 9, 14, which mean to say that students, which mean to say that it is enough to divide, from the second half 14, 14. Therefore, it is easy to confirm, 1, 2, 8, 9, 14. So, these are 14 vehicles and these are 14 vehicles. You check it out, these are 14 vehicles and these are 14 vehicles. The significance of this question is only to disturb the student and just want to force the student make the mistake. There is nothing we can really make any such. Okay. Come on student, we move on to the next question. Question number 20, question number 12. Here is the question. Tell me student, what question you are given? In the following sequence of instructions, 1 stands for red, 4 stands for yellow, 5 stands for indigo. If the sequence were continued, which means that examiner expects us to continue the sequence. If we have to continue the sequence, we must understand what is the logic in the sequence. I hope you understand. If we have to continue the sequence, we must understand what is the logic. Look at the logic I am just telling you. Just look at, my dear students, here is the question. 4, very interesting. 4, 5, look at that. 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, look at that, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2, look at that, look at the continuation. 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, C, come on students, C, again the sequence started from 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, then what is going to the next number? 4, 5, 3, 1, and 1 stands for green, therefore the next instruction is going to be green. The next instruction is going to be green. I hope you understand, my dear students. In this question there is no complication. The only thing is we must understand whether we can continue the sequence or not. To continue the sequence, there must be some logic. We are trying to find the logic. I hope you understand. Okay. Want me to explain this question again, my dear students? Just look at that. Here is the sequence 4 and then goes 4, 5 and then goes 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1. Just look at that. 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. So, again the sequence is starting from, come on student, 4, 5, then 4, 5, 3, therefore 4, 5, 3, 1. But the condition is 1 stands for green. No complication, I think we can go ahead without any confusion. Question number 13. How many numbers from 1 to 100 are there, each of which are exactly divisible by 9 but not divisible by 3? Come on student, you have to respond for this question. Start. Come on student, you have to respond to this question. Laptop lo chustunnava kada? Okay. Explain 11th question. You want me to explain 11th question once again? Okay, I will explain that. Yeah. Very good. Very interesting. Therefore, your answer is obviously nil. Yes. Because if any number is divisible by 9, it is divisible by 3 for sure. Students, just take it out. 27 is divisible by 9 for how many times? 3 times. The same 27 is divisible by 3 for how many times? 9 times. So, what is our condition? What is our condition? If any number is divisible by 9, it is divisible by 1, 3 as well as 9, and hence your answer is you won't get any such number. So, examiner is just trying to make us a fool. You want to check whether we are doing right or wrong, that is it, nothing more than that. Come on student, we move on to next question. Question number 14. How many numbers from 1 to 100, how many numbers from 1 to 100 are there, each of which are exactly divisible by 4 and also has 4 as a digit? Student, we need to consider two conditions in this question. That is, it should be divisible by 4. Not only that, which is also having a digit 4. There are two conditions. Obviously, for this kind of questions, there is no shortcut method, my dear students. We do not have any shortcut method. We have to verify each number. We have to verify each number. You please write down. You have to verify each number. There is no shortcut method. Right at the moment, I do not want to confuse you. Just I want to explain each case separately. What is the condition you are given, my dear students? The condition is, there are two important conditions we need to follow. There are two important conditions to follow in this question. What is that? What is that? Condition number 1. Condition number 1. How many numbers from 1 to 100 are there, each of which are exactly divisible by 4, also has 4 as a digit? Between 1 to 10, there is one number. You can ask me 8 is also there, but 8 is do not have 4. Between 11 to 20, no, we do not have any number. Between 21 to 30, we have such number, that is 24. 24 is the number which is divisible by 4, also 4 as a digit. Between 31 to 40, we have a number 40. Between 41 to 50, there are two numbers. We have 44 and 48. 51 to 60, we don't have any number. 61 to 70, we have 64. 71 to 80, we don't have any number. 81 to 90, we have 84. 91 to 100, we don't have any such number. What, man? I think you understand. There are two conditions to follow. One, it should be divisible by 4. Second one, it should also has the digit 4. We have to consider two conditions. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 such cases. Did we miss anything, my dear students? Do you think we have missed anything? Did we miss any such case? Anyone? Okay, okay. Maybe you are asking me to, you may ask, you can say that, sir, why did not we consider 28? 28 is divisible by 4, but we do not have 4. And 44, 48 are only numbers where it is divisible by 4 as well as 4 as a digit. 51 to 60, you can ask me, sir, why did not we consider 52? But where is 4? You can ask me, sir, why did not we consider 56? Where is 4? So, how many conditions we have to follow? We have to follow two important conditions, divisible by 4 and also has a 4 as a digit. Okay? Come on, student. I just want to make some changes in the question and want to see how you are responding for this question. I want to make some changes in the question and just me see how you are responding. How many numbers from 1 to 100 are there which are exactly divisible by 4? If this is only my question, then what is going to be your answer? If that is only my question, then what is going to be your answer? Come on student, if that is only my question, what is going to be your answer? Somebody says no voice. Students, actually there is no mistake from my side. I think everything is fine from my side. You have to check from your network. Yes, very good, very good. That's very good. If this is only my question, probably there is no confusion. Your answer should have been 100 by 4. Your answer should have been 25 straight away. So, from 1 to 100, you have 25 numbers which are exactly divisible by 4. Had this has been the case, there should not be any confusion. But actually, what the confusion is, 4 as a digit. That is the reason why there is a confusion. Okay. Take my dear students, now we move on to question number 15. The positions of how many digits in the number, just look at that. Here is the question. What is the number you are given? 5, 9, 1, 6, 4, 8, 2, 3. That is the number you are given. Will remain unchanged after the digits are arranged in descending order within the number. What is our task, my dear students? What is our task? We have to, after the digits are rearranged in decreasing order within the number. Arrange the digits in decreasing order. Come on student. 9. Come on. 8. We don't have 7 in the given numbers. 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What I did? I arranged the numbers in descending order. To check it out. You can ask me, sir, after 9 and 8, 7, of course 7 is not there now. 7 is not there. So 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the number given by examiner. This is the number we obtain after arranging in descending order. You understand that? Now tell me what is the condition. The positions of how many number digits remains unchanged. Come on student, how many numbers remains unchanged? 4 did not make any change, as well as 2 did not make any change, and your answer must be 2. What do you think? Your answer must be 2. Come on student. So that should be your answer. I hope I am clear to you, my dear students. Am I clear to you, man? That's very good. So almost if you could see that, so today what we learned is almost nothing actually. Almost any question can be answered without having any confusion at all. But the only thing is, we have to respond to the question in the right direction. Sometimes the questions may be even more complicated. Sometimes the question can be even more twisty. And in such case, what we have to do? That we have to learn when that particular question comes. But do not expect that reasoning is this easy. Today we have just started off. Every time the questions can become a little complicated. If that is the case, what we have to do? Just I will explain you later. Okay, student? I just want to know one answer from your side. After that, we put a stop. In this particular number, if I make any change, something like this, I just want to making some changes in the number. This number, you please take like this: 4, 9, 3, 7, 6, 1. Tell me the answer for the same question. In place of this, if I give you this number, what is going to be your answer? Come on student. Come on student, please respond to the question. Respond to the question. Student, I am waiting for your answer, man. I am waiting for your answer. Okay. I am waiting for your answer. Yes, student. Okay. Okay. Very good. That's very good. Now just see here. This is the number given. Now we need to arrange in descending order. Descending order in the sense 9, 7, 6, 4, 3 and 1. 9 is taken, then 6, 7, 6, 4, 3, 1. Tell me students, what is the how many digits did not make any change? Yeah. Therefore, there is only one such digit which did not make any change. Hence, your answer is 1. I hope you understand, my dear students. Now, let me give you the last question for today, and with this we come to an end of this session. Tomorrow we will be discussing very interesting questions, because today it is only we have started off. The questions are not really complicated, but if the questions become more complicated, then how we are going to answer, tomorrow we will be discussing. Usually on day 1 I don't discourage you, I just obviously give you simple questions. From next day onwards, I just be giving you some twisty questions, but reasoning in any way it is given, we can answer with confidence, right. Come on student, here is the question. I just want to make some simple change in the question. In place of descending, if I give you ascending, then how you will be answering? Come on student. Did you understand? If the numbers are arranged in ascending order, then what is going to be your answer? Start. Come on student, come on, I am waiting for your reply, Your reply gives me a lot of confidence whether you are able to get the point or not. Yes students, yeah, please. That's very good, well done. So 5, 9, 1, 6, 4, 8, 2, 3. Now what is actually you are asked to do? You are asked to arrange them in ascending order. Ascending in the sense 1, 2, 3, 4. Student, could you say we don't have 5? We don't have 5. Then we are going with 6. Yeah, 5. Yeah, okay, 5 is there. 5, 6, 8 and 9. Tell me students, how many digits did not change? Is there any single digit which did not change? Everything. 5 changed, 9, 1, 6, 4, 8, everything gets changed. Hence your answer is, there is no digit which did not change. Every digit gets changed. Hence your answer must be 0. For this question your answer must be 0, because every digit change. Still some of you are putting different answer, my dear students. Some of you put 1, some of you put 2. Why man? Why those many changes? You see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 and 9. Because I am asking you to arrange in ascending order, ascending, not descending. If that is the case, you could see that no single digit was written is it. Therefore, your answer should be nil. I think you understand. So, the topic is so easy. I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to waste your time. So, today it is only start off, and hence the questions are so easy. So, tomorrow we continue with more questions. Students, we take a break for 5 minutes and we come back. When we come back, we will be discussing Saturday's paper, ratio and proportion. Okay, have some water, we will be back just in 5 minutes. What number of tests we do, obviously we will be getting even more confidence. You will be getting confidence once you are accustomed to the topic. So, ratio proportion already we have completed, and probably you will be able to handle this question with perfection. Just look at that. Question number 1, here is the question. Now, come on student, in a parade of, Question number 1 student, just look at that. I just want to quickly explain this. In a mixture of 28 liters, the ratio of the milk and water is 5:2. So, we have 28 liters of mixture, and where milk and water is 5:2. 5:2. Can we divide in the ratio 5:2, my dear students? 28 5:2. So, 28 must be divided into 7 parts. Every one part is 4. Therefore, what is milk and what is water, my dear students? 5 into 4 20, 2 into 4 8. We have 20 liters of milk and 8 liters of water. If another 2 liters of water is added to the mixer, milk is not going to be changed. Milk remains the same 20, water becomes 8 plus 2 10. So, 20:10, so milk and water is going to be 2:1. Milk and water is going to be in the ratio 2:1. I have no confusion. Yes students, now please stop sending messages, man. I already got your messages and I just noted down. Very impressive, because you are responding to my questions. That's very important point. If the class is not interactive, there is no purpose of taking the class. It doesn't make any sense. That is the reason I am just trying to make the interaction. Okay. Now come on student, here is the question. Question number 2. In a parade of school, the number of boys and girls are in the ratio 9:7 respectively, and the number of students, oh, this is simple, my dear students. There is nothing I can explain in this question. Question number 3, we move on to question number 3. In a purse, there are equal number of 5 rupee, 2 rupee and 1 rupee. Yeah students, just come to the point. In a purse, we have 5 rupee coins, we have 5 rupee, 2 rupee and 1 rupee coins. So, we have 5 rupees, 2 rupees and 1 rupee coins. Tell me, what is the ratio of the coins? Therefore, if you can understand, ratio of the coins is 1, 1 and 1. Who gave you? 1:1:1? Yes, just look at that. It is given there are equal number. And what is the total value? So, the total value in the bag is 9,600 rupees. The problem is we don't know how many 5 rupee coins, 2 rupees coins and 1 rupee coins are there. Let me suppose that there is only 1 5 rupee, there is only 1 2 rupee, there is only 1 1 rupee coin. The total amount in the bag should have been 8 rupees. Your amount should have been 8 rupees if there is only 1 5 rupee, 1 2 rupee and 1 1 rupee coin. But it is given 9,600, which means to say that every number should be taken how many times? 1200 times. So, this is not 1 but 1200. This is not 1, 1200. This is 1200. So, how many coins we have in total? We have 3600. Student, I think I am very clear to you. Okay? Question number 4. Yes students, this is very similar. I don't think I need to explain this question anyway. Now I am moving to question number 5. Yes students, in an express train, the passenger traveling in AC class, first class, sleeper class. Yes students, just look at that. Student, I just want to give you that. You see, when you are traveling in a train, there are 2 different coaches for AC. 3-tier AC, 2-tier AC. What is the meaning of a 3-tier AC? 3-tier AC means The purpose of 3-tier AC, 3-tier, that means 1, 2 and 3. 3 tiers, lower berth, middle berth and upper berth. 3 tiers, that is what we call is 3-tier AC. This is called 3-tier. You tell me what is the meaning of a 2-tier? So 2-tier is nothing but if there are only 2 beds, upper, middle. You don't have, lower and middle. You don't have upper berth. That is what we call is 2-tier. So this is 3-tier, this is 2-tier. If in a bogie, if you have 3 tiers, you can accommodate 72 people. You can accommodate 72 people. But in 2-tier, you cannot accommodate those many people, you know. The number of people becomes less. The railway department is maybe losing money because they cannot sell 72 tickets as in 3-tier. Then don't you think that they are losing money? No, they are not going to lose money. Why, you know? I tell you, just come. Students, let me suppose that we have 2-tier and 3 tiers. Let me suppose that there are 2 points in this question. Here is the point. Let me suppose, my dear students, 2-tier and 3-tier. Number of seats, let me suppose number of seats in 2-tier and 3-tier is in the ratio 2:3. Means, if 2 people are accommodated in 2-tier, 3 people can be accommodated in 3 tiers. But price, if the price is given in the ratio, 4:3, tell me students, what happens? Number of seats are less, but the price is more. You see, price is more. Therefore, tell me how much collection you will be getting from these 2 tiers. How much collection you will be getting from these 2 tiers? Compound ratio 2 into 4, 8, 3 into 3, 9. This is called compound ratio. When the seats are limited, you will be charging more. When the seats are more, you will be charging less. At the end of the day, you are not going to lose any amount. It is compound ratio. Compound ratio means the collection depends on seats as well as price. If the collection depends on 2 things, then we call it as a compound ratio. You see, in an express train, the passengers traveling in AC, sleeper class and first class. AC, sleeper class and first class. Students, tell me how they are in the ratio? 1:2:7. And the rates for each class is given in the ratio 5:4:2. And hence the total income, you call it as a collection. Collections should be in the ratio 1:5. Come on student, 2 into 4, 7 into 2, that is 5:14. If the total income from the train is 54,000 rupees, now you are asked to calculate how much you are getting from AC. AC means 5. 5 by 22, 27. 5 by 27 into 54,000. Your answer is 10,000. Your answer is 10,000. AC, you have got only 1 seat, but the price is very high. So this is called compound ratio. Student, tell me anything I have to repeat in question number from 1 to 5. Tell me students, you please tell me anything I have to repeat from question number 1 to 5. So far we discussed up to question number 5. You want me to explain anything? Students, are we comfortable, man? Are we comfortable right now? You want me to explain anything from question number 1 to 5? Tell me. If there is anything I have to explain you. No? No, 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 no. Yeah. What, man? No question, nobody, no one. So, somebody are asking me to repeat question number 5. Somebody are asking me to repeat question number 5. Yeah, just I am repeating question number 5. Here in this question, AC, we have 3 sections, my dear students. In this question, actually we have 3 different sections. The sections are, we have AC, we have sleeper class as well as first class. Tell me, the seats are in the ratio 1:2:7 and the prices are in the ratio 5:4:2. What I mean to say is, and hence amounts collection will be in the ratio, it is a compound ratio, 1:2:7 is the passengers and 5:4:2 is the collection, and hence 1:5, 5, 2:4, 8, 7 into 2, 14. So, amounts must be collected over here, and hence from AC how much you get? 5/27 into 54,000, that is 10,000 rupees. Okay? No confusion? I think we can go ahead. Question number 6. Student, just look at that. In question number 6, you read the question properly before we answer this. Just look at that. In the month of January, Arun's income and expenses were in the ratio of 15,000 and 9,000 respectively. His monthly expenses varies directly as the square of his monthly. What is his income when just equals to his expenses? Come on, student, just look at that. What is the condition? His monthly expenses vary directly as the square of his monthly income. Directly as the square of his monthly income. M means income. Just look at that, my dear students. Here is the condition. E means expenditure. E means expenditure. Expenditure varies directly as the square of his monthly income. Therefore, E1 by E2 is equal to I1 square by I2 square. You remember, my dear students, what we discussed a day before, 2 days before? Just let me explain you again. If A is directly proportional to B, then A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2. You remember this? Second, if A is inversely proportional to B, then A1 by A2 will be equal to B2 by B1. Basing on that, we just discuss this question. Tell me, students, expenses is equal to 15,000 when income is 9,000. Now tell me, what is his income when is just equals to his expenses? What, man? What is expenses? 15,000 when his income is 9,000. I am just cancelling 0 on both the sides. Then what is his income? What is his income when it is just equals to expenses? When it is just equals to expenses. I think you can understand this. Okay, student? Just put the values in the given equation, you will be getting that. Question number 17, mean proportion. Do you remember the formula for mean proportion, my dear students? Mean proportion is given by the formula square root of AB. You put the values, you will be getting your answer. But while putting that, if you find just like this, 243 into 3. 243 can be written as, 243 can be taken as 81 into 3. This 3 is already there. So what happens, 81. 81 into 3 into 3, 9. 81 means 9. This is 3. So 9 into 3, 27. Question number 8. Students, this topic we will be discussing, this particular question we will be discussing in the heading of problems on ages. You please note down. This particular question comes problems on ages. Probably right now you may be having a little confusion for sure. Actually, this kind of question we better discuss in problems on ages. But if you are interested, if you are eager to see how we usually answer this question, just look at this. If you want to see this question how we answer, just let me take. My grandfather was 9 times older than me 16 years ago. 16 years ago. He will be 3 times of my age 8 years from now. The ratio of my father's and grandfather was 8 years ago. 0, 8 years from now. I just want to explain you. Please don't confuse, I am just trying to explain you. This kind of question is very interesting. We will be discussing this question in the topic of problems on ages. But meanwhile, because you may be having a little enthusiasm to learn, grandfather and myself, let me tell you, explain you, just explain you. My grandfather was 9 times older than me, 9:1, when 16 years ago. He will be 3 times of my age 8 years from now, 3 times of age, 12:4. Can I take 12:4? 3 times of my age 8 years from now, 8 years from now plus 8. Students, this is 9:1. I think you understand this. 9 becomes 12, improved by 3 parts. 1 becomes 4, improved by 3 parts. Every schedule by 3 parts. This will be 10:2. This will be 11:3. What is your question? 8 years ago, the ratio of my grandfather and myself, 5:1. Myself and grandfather, 1:5. Please don't note down right now. I just try to explain you, because this concept of ratio proportions we will be using the topics that we are going to get. That is the reason I don't want to confuse you. Leave the question for today and we discuss this topic, this particular topic in the coming days, that is problems on ages. Whatever we are learning, we will definitely make use of this at one particular point of time, when I need to explain you in coming days. Okay? Just leave it. Students, of the three numbers, let the numbers be ABC. The ratio of the first and second is 8:9. The ratio of the first and second is 8:9. That of the second and third is 3:4. That of the second and third is 3:4. Come on, student. Second and third 3:4. 3:4, I took it as 9:12. I think there is no mistake. The advantage of doing this, I will be getting the ratio of 3 straight away. 8:9:12. Actually, it is 3:4. No, 3:4, I took it as 9:12. If the product of the first and third number is 2400, then what is the second number? Therefore, let the first number be 8x, second number be 9x, third number be 12x. What is the product of the first and third number? 8x into 12x is equal to 2400. 12 cancels for 2 times, and therefore 8x square is equal to 200. By the way, you will be getting x square. I think you understand, my dear students. Did you understand that? X square is equal to 25. Therefore, x is equal to 5. What you are asked to find? Second number. Second number is 9x. X is equal to 5. 9 into 5, 45. I hope there is no confusion, you can easily understand that. Let me not waste your time because the question is very simple, you can easily get it. At this moment you try to answer this question just like this, but in coming days we will be using even more common sense. Students, we are still in the beginning, it is only, I think it is only 30 days maximum. If we discuss for one more month, obviously what happens, you will be getting even more ideas. You will be getting even more ideas and you will be even more refined. Aptitude is a beautiful topic. More we discuss, more there is something we can discuss. Okay? Come on, student. Question number 10. Yeah. 1 year ago, the ratio between Mahesh and students, this question is taken from CAT. Question number 10, what I am going to tell you, this is taken from CAT, CEAT, Common Admission Test. So, this kind of questions we usually get in high level of examinations, where you need to improve your logic. Just look at that, how to handle this question. 1 year ago, the ratio between Mahesh and Suresh's salary was 1 year ago. 1 year ago, let it be 2019, 1 year ago. Mahesh and Suresh's salary was 3:5. Okay, fine. The ratio of their individual salaries of the last year and present salary become 2:3, 4:5. And what about this year's salary? 2020. 2020 year, we don't like this year, you know. We thoroughly dislike this year, but still we have to be. For the present year, are we given the ratio? No, no, we don't given the ratio. Student, just see, I am just making some beautiful changes in the question. Just look at this. How beautifully we are going to handle this question. Just look at. For your convenience, I just want to make some changes. 3:5. Can I take 12:20 into 4 into 4? Come on, student. 3:5. Can I take 12:20? 3 into 4, 5 into 4. Doesn't make any difference, you know. Come on. From the last year to this year, their salaries are in the ratio 2:3. 2 parts is 12, 3 parts is 18 this year. From last year to this year, their salaries will become in the ratio 4:5. This is 4 parts, 4 into 5, 25 into 5, 25. So, Mahesh present salary is 18, Suresh present salary is 20. In that ratio, we can divide 43,000. What you are asked to find? What is Mahesh present salary? 18 by 43 into 43,000. That is 18,000. I am pretty sure that you did not get it right. I understand that. You can ask me, sir, how you are doing this? We just did not get the idea. Getting idea is not that easy, man. Sometimes questions seem to be so easy, but getting an idea is not that easy. So, for which you have to wait for some time. So, we discuss this question after some time. I tell you, when appropriate time comes, we are in the beginning of the topic. Don't ask me to explain this question again. So, if at the moment you may not be able to answer, after some time slowly you will getting up. Wait for some time. Right at the moment you please note down. Maybe in tomorrow or day after tomorrow we discuss this topic in a different direction. Okay. Student, you please tell me anything I have to explain you up to question number from 5 to 10. Anything you want me to explain between question number 5 to 10? Tell me, student. Somebody is saying no voice. Actually, this is not from our mistake, my dear students. You have to check from your side. Yeah. You said that this question you are unable to understand. I understand that. Yes, yes, yes. There are some questions I need to explain again. I understand that. There are some questions I need to explain. I will definitely do that. I will be doing in a different with different values. Right at the moment, just leave it. These questions again. Come on, student. Ragini gave. Then how to handle this kind of questions? So how many people we have? Ragini, Jaya, and then we have Savita. Students, let me suppose that Ragini is having 8x. I tell you why I took 8x. I tell you why I take 8x. Me. Ragini gave half of the part of money to Jaya. Therefore, Jaya will be having 4x. Half of 8x is 4x. Jaya gave 1/4 of that part of money to Savita. 1/4 of 4x is x. If Savita got 450 rupees from Jaya, therefore x is equal to 450. Then how much money Jaya get from Ragini? Jaya get 4x. Therefore, 4x is equal to 4 into 450, that is equal to 1800. You can quickly ask me, sir, how you are taking 8x? Because 8x means we have to cancel from by 2 as well as by 4. 2 into 4, 8. So, the convenient number is 8. Okay. So, this therefore, I said, my dear students, the topic we are discussing never comes under knowledge, it comes under skill. The topic we are discussing never comes under the heading knowledge, it comes under the heading skill. Skill is something that you cannot develop overnight, it takes some time, let it take, no problem. I am repeating once again, my dear students, the questions I am just leaving right now, we will be discussing the same again, no problem. Next, question number 13. Question number 13, I think some data is missing, okay, no problem. Question number 14. I think this coins question we discussed many times. I think there is no need to discuss. Question number 15. Yes, students, 700 is divided among A, B, C so that A receives half as much as B, B half as much as C. So, better where you start from? You start from C. If you take C for B is half of C, A is half of B. So, 700 should be divided in the ratio 1:2:4. Therefore, C is going to be 400. Student, tell me any question you want me to explain up to question number 11 to 15. I am just leaving some questions with an anticipation that those questions you can solve of your own. So, somebody put some message, let me see what is that message. Yeah. Question number 10. Question number 10. I told you, no, that question we will be discussing again and again. Yes, students, what actually happens, there are many questions of different standard. I am trying to explain medium level questions. There are some very tough questions. I will be explaining you at one particular time. You please give some time for me, because I cannot explain all the questions immediately. It takes some time. Question number 16. Yes, students, I need not explain you, because this question already we handled. Question number 17. Student, you remember this? You remember? So, what is the condition? 390 rupees should be divided between A, B, C such that 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C. You tell me what is the condition we apply in this case? 2 into 3 into 4. So, by 12. So, LCM 12 is enough. So, we divide entire equation by 12. 2 cancels for 6 time. So, A by 6 is equal to 3 cancels for 4 time. B by 4 is equal to C by 3. Therefore, amount must be distributed in the ratio 6:4:3. It is nothing but a reminder. Yes, student. Now question number 17. This is question number 18. Similar one, similar one. Yeah. Question number 18. Just check it out. Question number 18. 5,625 rupees is divided among ABC so that A receives as much as B and C together receive. A receives half as much as. It should be half, my dear students. It is as much as, it should be half actually. You please write down. A receives half as much as B and C together receive. If B and C are given two parts, A must be given one part. What do you think? If B and C are given two parts, A should be given one part because half as much as B and C. From this we can get how much A is going to receive. Tell me how much? 1 by 3 into 5,625. That is 1875. Is it half or okay? Okay, no problem. We take the question as it is. We take the question as it is. Tell me, students. A receives as much as B and C together receive. The problem is, if this is the case, A should receive one part. If B and C receive one part, A is also going to receive one part. The problem is, if the same question is taken, what happens, 1 by 2 into 5625. Unfortunately, 2 doesn't cancel in 5625. So therefore, we have to make some changes, my dear students, because we are in the process of learning. There is no problem. If the question is given any mistake, we can make it right. Therefore, here is the question. So in place of this half, you please write down half. Therefore, condition. If B and C are given two parts, if B and C are given two parts, A must be given one part. By the way, you will be getting the share of A. Right? Condition number 2. Condition number 2. B receives 1/4 of what A and C together receive. If A and C are given 4 parts, B will be given 1 part. But the problem is, actually the question is, what is the share of B? And hence, this information, if it is given mistake or not, even if this question is, information is correct or not, it doesn't make any difference. We will be getting B's share from second condition straight away. If A and C are given 4 parts, B will be given 1 part, and hence B's share will be 1 by 5 into 5625. Therefore, your answer is 1125. Probably in this question there may be a little confusion because you might have got a little confusion from that. But it doesn't make any sense. Even if the question, even if the data is a mistake or not, we are not going to do anything with that. So that can be simply forgotten. Come on, student. Question number 19. Yeah, this one anybody can do this. Question number 20. Yes, student. Salaries of Rajesh and Sunil are in the ratio 2:3. If each of them receives a salary of 4,000, right. Come on, student. You remember how to handle this question? This is A. Salaries of Rajesh and Sunil are in the ratio 2:3. When each salary increases by 4,000, their salaries becomes 40:57. Obviously, it doesn't make any sense, Could you see? You see, 2 becomes 40, 3 becomes 57. It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't make any sense. So what I am going to do, I am just going to make some changes. What is the difference of 40 and 57? 17. You multiply the above ratio by 17. 2 into 17, 34, 3 into 17, 51. You understand that? I think you can easily understand what I am telling you. Students, are we comfortable, man? Just look at that. So tell me, student, 34 becomes 40, 6 parts. 51 becomes 57, 6 parts. How much their salary increases? Their salary increases by 4,000. In this question, 6 parts is 4,000. What you are asked to find? What is Sunil's present salary? What, man? 51 becomes. So each one increases by 6 parts. 6 parts is 4,000. Present salary of Sunil 57. So 57 into 4 divided by 6, you will be getting your answer. Student, so please don't expect me to explain all the questions in the test paper. You understand that? Because if I have to explain all the 60 questions, that paper only takes 2 hours of time. So we cannot go ahead. So please bear with me. You try to answer of your own. So it is a continuous process. If you don't get today, tomorrow it will be even more clear. Okay, problem students. So tomorrow we'll continue the class. Take care. Thank you.